Lululemon had some news the other day. Okay, some news the other day. A partnership with the NFL. Now, first and foremost, the problem with Lululemon right now, it's a big market cap. Okay, 20 billion for a retailer. They really haven't invented the wheel. Jim Cramer talked about this the other day, whether you like him or not. Very informed, market analyst. Lululemon essentially made their product way too damn expensive, and now you have the same type of clothes. Matter of fact, I bought some for much cheaper, much cheaper, same material, and it's in Costco, it's in probably Sam's Club. I bought some in what is it called? Or Fly Athletic. I don't even know what it's called. I didn't really pay attention. All I knew, I was like, damn, okay, Lululemon has some competition. They're gonna have to make partnership with somebody, a celebrity. They're gonna have to reinvent. I think they got rid of one of their CEOs, and now they've partnered with the NFL to build, to start jerseys or to sell jerseys, maybe with their material. I don't even know. Now, some people are saying this is trash. It ain't going to do anything. At the end of the day, it is a positive catalyst with very strong technicals. Okay, let me know if this comment box is in the way too much. So we're looking at the technicals here. We're going to go ahead and talk entry, stop, exit, all that. We're on the weekly chart, what I want to identify here first. We're in early stage momentum. Okay. Early stage, as in MACD, our trend, right? Our trend gauge is giving us a buy signal, or at least an upside trend signal, an early trend signal, which could be, if we go back, how long did this trend last? Well, we could say it lasted from September 2024, pretty much ended in December, September, October, November, December, 4 to 5 months, right? So we could get a 4 to 5, according to this, 4 to 5 month upside move. It could last longer. It could be 6 months. And I think that's what we're going to see. 6 months. Can we break this trend? We do have earnings December 1st. By then, they should have something positive. You're getting rate cuts, what we're going to talk about, which is why I'm very bullish on the market. I think the next 3 months, we're going to talk about maybe one of the most bullish trends we've ever seen in the stock market. And it's going to be rotating. It's rotational. It isn't going to be just SPY, NASDAQ, whatever. We'll talk about that next. So Lululemon, right? We're getting some upside potential here, upside trend. If we look at the RSI, right? This is swing trading. We're talking swing, not day trading. We have an edge here, and we've had some bullish divergence, meaning the buying pressure is picking up. Well, the price has been pretty shitty, to be honest with you, right? So let's go ahead and dial in on the price on the weekly. You can see RSI starting to finally pick up. It's starting to pick up across the red line, which is our signal, just meaning the average trend is still falling, but the immediate buying pressure is picking up. So recently we've had an impulse higher. That's a good buy signal, or that's a signal that we're going higher. It's not necessarily a buy signal, right? We don't do those. We do opportunity signals. Now, where would we enter this trade as of today? I'm already long. You can jump in our Discord to see all of our trades, our options, debit spreads, calls, all that stuff. We kind of went over this last time. We'll do it again. But I want to identify first, look at after the past earnings, we started to bottom out. We're making what? Higher lows. Okay, we are making higher lows. And I'm sorry, higher highs, my bad. Higher lows. I'm sorry. We are making higher lows. The stock is looking better. It's looking constructive. Why am I on Lululemon? Because this isn't according to my strategy that I've built over the last 5 years. And I think this is a swing trade potential for the next 6 months, 6 to 9 months. Okay, so you want to do leap calls with this. If that's not good enough for you gamblers out there, you want to see immediate gratification. This is not for you. This is not immediate gratification. That's how you lose your life overnight. We don't want to do that. We want patience. We want real quality trades, quality technicals, not just, oh my God, it's dipping. We want to see the fundamentals, right? And the technicals and the macro. The macro is by far the best macro I've ever seen. This is the most bullish. Okay, we're not getting into that yet. Lululemon, right? Now we did get stuck here. Where's an entry point? What we want to do is we want to be long above the current resistance. If you have a whole number, right? We had this gap down. We got resistance around 180. That is perfect. A whole number is typically where you want to aim for, the hold above the whole number. And we've been treading up and down on that whole number consistently. You can see resistance, right? Resistance, boom, got above it, came right back down. It is struggling. Now, a lot of other indicators are going to tell you, hey, we're still in good shape. Let's throw on our EMA cross. This is another trend that I use, a trend signal that I use, which is the 10-day, and it doesn't matter. You just need a lower moving average and a higher moving average. And I use the 10 and the 20 just to make it the numbers even, right? We had that cross signal, which means we're heading, momentum's picking up back into the uptrend. We want to see this red line expand above the blue. Red is the 10 EMA, blue is the 20 EMA. Really doesn't matter. Like I said, you could do 9, 21, whatever. We're moving higher. We had a capitulation right off that. That is perfect. That could have been the buy signal. So here's what I'll tell you. Your stop. This is the first thing. Well, I guess we haven't entered yet. But before you enter, if you haven't entered yet, your stop is going to want to be, let's do a bubble here, right? We want to make your stop right here. Easy peasy. Today, 175. Under 175, you're gone. The tail is there. Under 175, it's no longer worth it because you're probably below both these moving averages as support. And if it closes below 175, you're out, right? Or if it closes a 30-minute, let's say candlestick under 175, you're out, right? 30-minute intraday. But I don't want to see it under 175. I don't want to see it close. It might capitulate like it did today. I don't want to see it close under 175. I'm out. The entry, right? We don't know. Market's closed. Let's dial in a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour chart first. Okay, so this is the day, right? Anything under this, we're out. And it could support here, but we don't want to we want to stick to the whole numbers. Those are not always perfect, but this is the most immediate day where the buyers came in, 175, right? Under 175, we're out. All right. Now, where do we enter? Well, we have a trend break. We want to see the trend break. Okay, here's our trend. We want to see this trend break, meaning if it consolidates tomorrow between 180 and 175, we're not entering. If you're not in, you're not entering. You're waiting for the break above 180, which would be the break of this trend. You want to see the support and a move higher. What might that look like? A support and move higher. What might that look like? Let's go back here, right? Friday, October 17th, we're going to go down to the 30-minute chart. We're going to find what that might look like. Okay, here's a perfect downtrend. You have the downtrend. Okay, look at the 10 and the 20 EMA. The EMA crossover never happened. Boom, it crosses over. This isn't the signal we're looking at because now we're on the 30-minute. You can use it too, right? Intraday technicals. But you get the break above this trend, this downtrend. Let's draw the downtrend. Okay. We get the break on that downtrend. Let's take this noise out. Break of that downtrend, and above the previous day highs resistance, not the entire day, but the previous day higher resistance, which is around 165-ish. Let's go whole numbers, right? Stick to whole numbers. It doesn't need to be a whole number. You can get trapped. But if you're a beginner, stick to the whole number. You can see that we supported right here, Lululemon. So you get the break, and then you get a hold because these, capitulation to the downside, downside, downside. We could zoom in more, but right now we're just looking at 30-minute bars. And then it holds 165 here, starts to push up, it starts to hold, right? And this is the resistance, 165, but we're looking for 180 tomorrow or this week, right? So 165, here we go. 165 is the whole number. You're getting a push. It looks better. You can enter on this candle because it closed so strong, or you can stay patient. Here's a support. Boom, I'm long. Right? Comes back. If you missed it, support, I'm long, 165. This is what we want to see for this week. Okay. That's what we want to see for this week for Lululemon above 185. So I've already given you, right, entry, your stop. Now let's talk about the target. We're going to go back to the daily chart. Okay. And we're going to look at it. We're going to use a Fibonacci. Oh, that's cool. We have no pre-market. I didn't turn that off. Okay. We're going to use Fibonacci here. Very easy. We're going to pull the Fibonacci. We have a couple targets. We're going to pull our Fibonacci from the previous high, not all the way up here, the previous resistance down to the bottom. Okay. And first target is going to be 292. This play to 292 is where you want to take, where I'm going to be taking off at least half of my size. At the most half of my size. At the least a quarter. I'm taking a quarter off. You might get rejected at 292, who knows? And then I'm gonna let the rest run. If it gets back to 424, is this 420? Dang, that'd be a big jump. If we get to 424, which is the next fib level, remember, fib is not a promise. It's just a gauge. It's a model. Nothing's, promised. There's other factors, but if we get to 424, that's going to be where I take off at least half or 75%. We'll see when we're there. I'm more discretionary. I'm not a robot, right? And then I'm going to let the rest run 25%. Let's go to, 780. Like that's going to be quick. This could take 6 months just up to 420. We don't know. It could take 2 months. We could gap up after earnings. We have earnings, like I said, December 4th. Okay. So I'm taking off a quarter to half here on this fib level. And then again here. And then I let the rest run and I stop out. We'll talk about trailing stops later. That's not what we're focused on. We're just focused on getting in this trade, identifying early move or early momentum. And I'll tell you why Lulu, right? It's not doing the best in the market right now, but I'll tell you why. We're going to get to it. It's the macro, right? The fundamentals will come in. It is the macro.